Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Thursday, April 6th, 2023. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has announced the official rollout of its graduate finance project. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, says under the new policy, students will now save up to $50,000 on student loan repayment.
As of today, Thursday, 6 April 2023, the interest rate on student loans accessed through the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis for new students has been reduced to 5% per annum. The intention is to ensure that graduates can live and plan for better lives. The Graduate Finance Project offers 5% interest on a maximum of EC $100,000 for a grace period of 4.25 years, with a 15-year repayment term. It also includes an EC $15,000 credit to service the student loan during that period, which eliminates the payment of interest for 4 years, 3 months. A lower interest rate reduces the lifetime cost of college.
In his national address to launch the Graduate Finance Project, Prime Minister Drew noted that education is the key to a progressive and a successful nation.
Typically, students return from their studies to high interest rates and terms that delay important life events such as building their own homes or purchasing a vehicle, and so choose to remain at home with their parents to help ease the financial strain they have acquired. It can be challenging for someone to handle both a mortgage repayment and a student loan payment. Having the debt can also make it hard to qualify for a mortgage in the first place. Home ownership is one of the largest builders of wealth, so delaying the purchase of a home can have a major effect on a student borrower's ability to increase his or her wealth. The reduction of the student loan interest rate to 5%, in addition to the credit offer, will ease the student finance complex. We understand the financial strain that resulted from the COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore, it is our aim to ensure that students who desire to pursue higher education receive the necessary financial support they require.
Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew. As part of its effort to give back to the community, the St. Kitts and Nevis Cuban Alumni Association on Saturday, April 1st, delivered Easter baskets to persons in the community. The activity, which takes place annually in St. Kitts, was this year expanded to Nevis. 9 senior citizens and 1 differently abled person are the beneficiaries of the initiative. The association's members say they have benefited from scholarships offered by the Republic of Cuba to pursue university education in that country, and it is only fitting that they, in turn, make their contribution to the social development of St. Kitts and Nevis. They say they look forward to having similar initiatives in the future. Also participating in the exercise was Resident Ambassador of Cuba in St. Kitts and Nevis, His Excellency David Rivero Perez.
I am very happy to be here with the Alumni Association, Cuban Alumni Association, because I feel like a member, one more member of the association, because I am accustomed to participate with them in all the activities. And this is not my first time, it's my second Easter function, so I feel very happy to be here in Nevis and be part of this important moment, helping to the elderly people, disabled people in this humble present. But as I mentioned, I would like to express the compromise of Cuba to continue working together in the field of education with St. Kitts, also in another field like healthcare, but in case of education, we have a compromise to even to increase the scholarships to St. Kitts and of course the island of Nevis. And as I said, we are open to see how we can collaborate more with the people and the government of St. Kitts and the Nevis.
The Cuban ambassador also used the opportunity to pay courtesy calls to the Honorable Mac Brantley, Premier of Nevis, as well as the Honorable Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, opposition member in the Nevis Island Assembly.
We have remodeled the building, the existing building that was here. And within this building, we will be having a waiting area. We will be having ticketing booths for persons purchasing tickets. We're going to be having bathroom facilities. We're going to be having office space for NASPA. Of course, NASPA would have been charged with running the facility.
Deputy Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, speaking during an interview on site of the construction of the new water taxi facility at Uwali on Monday, March 27, 2023. According to Minister Evelyn, work began in October of 2022.
This project that we're looking at here would have been budgeted at a cost of over $600,000. And so we are pretty pleased with the progress that has been taking place. And eventually as well, we are planning to put a deck on the outside because inside of the building will be fully air conditioned. And so people will be in comfort. But there are persons, of course, who would prefer to be on the outside. And we are proposing to have a sun deck outside as well. Now, we are very pleased with the progress so far, and we are very confident that we know that in June this year we'll be having the St. Kitts Music Festival, and we're very confident by the time that comes around, when the traffic will be even heavier between St. Kitts and Nevis, that this facility will be operational. Of course, we know that later on we have Culturama, and then of course later on we have the opening of the 2023-2024 tourist season. And so by that time, this facility here will be fully operational.
He also expressed gratitude to all those involved in the planning and construction process thus far. Also present on site were Special Advisor in the Premier's Ministry, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, Manager of the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, Dexter Boncamper, and Contractor Calvert Herbert. Minister of Sports, the Honorable Troy Liburd, expressed his interest in working to increase the overall quality of football on the island when he received a courtesy visit on March 30th from Sarah Solimali, Senior Governance Services Manager at Federation International de Football Association, FIFA, and Howard McIntosh, Manager at the Confederation of North, Central America and Caribbean Association Football, CONCACAF. They were welcomed by Junior Minister Liburd and Director of the Department of Sports, Jamir Claxton.
I'm very, very happy to welcome all of you to Nevis today, and I know that our Director of Sports, Jamir, who is Mr. Football in Nevis, will give you the full tour of what we have to offer here in Nevis. We, of course, are looking forward to working more closely with SKN Football as we develop football in Nevis. Over the years, Nevis has been known more for cricket. They say Nevis play a lot of cricket and St. Kitts play a lot of football, but we are hoping to sort of level it up a bit more in the future. Hoping that we will be able to work together with the SKN FA, of course with assistance from FIFA and CONCACAF, and all of these agencies to see football on the rise in Nevis. So very happy to welcome all of you today, and hopefully I'll get to see a bit more of you today as you journey all around Nevis. Enjoy Nevis.
McIntosh thanked the Sports Minister for his warm welcome and expressed hope in assisting in the development of football on the island.
Really thank you, Minister, for your welcome this morning. It's a pleasure to be here. Absolute pleasure. This is my second time to Nevis. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you in terms of the support that you continue to give to football generally and specifically to the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association. And I want to congratulate you in advance for the support that you will give to the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association. The president and the team that we met with up to last night have indicated that they have special plans for Nevis, and I know in partnership with you we will soon have an artificial turf here because that's important. because it helps, as you would appreciate, the youngsters and everybody else.
St. Kitts and Nevis emerged the victors against Aruba during their CONCACAF Nations League match on March 27th. The 2-0 victory pushed the federation into the CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminary round, which is set to be played in Miami later this year. The organizing committee for the 40th anniversary of St. Kitts and Nevis's independence met for the first time on Tuesday, April 4th at the Solid Waste Management Corporation Conference Room in St. Kitts to begin preparations for this year's celebration. Co-chairs for the Independence 40 Organizing Committee are Director in the Prime Minister's Office, Vera Galloway, and Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Marcus Natter. The committee comprises senior government officials, including permanent secretaries, representatives of armed forces, representatives of the ministries of the creative economy, education, foreign affairs, tourism and information, as well as representatives from the Premier's Ministry and Ministry of Education in Nevis. Representatives from the private sector also form part of the committee. According to the co-chairs, the introductory meeting was productive and members are energized to deliver an epic program and experience. Dr. Natta says this is a monumental milestone for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and it signifies the beginning of a new chapter. The government intends to make its 40th anniversary of independence a memorable one. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.